you know, I'm just singing too, right? I'm just
You did tell me in the car you got a great singing voice. You're like, it's
my voice is
powerful.
messed. You know what? I am a little bit self-conscious of my voice because when I had radiation treatment on my throat, it messed up my voice. So I can't say like words with G's, like Google, like the website.
Okay.
I can't even barely say my name, like Kyle. Yeah, so I'm a little self-conscious.
Nah, don't be though, man. Don't be.
I know I'm breaking out of it, but yeah, well that's part of my truth, man. You know. I own it though.
Was that immediate then after the radiation?
Well, yeah, I couldn't even talk for about 3 months. I had this app on my iPhone where I would type in whatever I wanted to say.
So how did you? Now we've talked about this, but for like LP, you don't know, and others, how did you come into delivering your truth?
You mean like? Well, I had my cancer, and I have a psychology degree, and I learned that psychosomatic symptoms develop into physical symptoms. So what happened was my mind was hurting me, and it was hurting my body. So I had all of this suppression in me, and what was happening was the energy that it took to suppress my real true feelings was taken away from the energy that it took to run my body. So what happened was when I actually expressed myself, I no longer needed the energy to suppress those feelings. My body would then equally disperse the energy, and I was cured. I had stage 4 cancer that metastasized, and I was supposed to be dead, but now I'm, completely healed.
Yeah.
So it was out of necessity,
Yeah.
For me to express myself. And I share my story with others so they don't have to get to the point that I went to, like literally facing my death.
Yeah.
And it's important for me now to share my story to the world so people don't get to that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want anybody to have to endure the pain that I did, emotionally or physically. It's not fun.
And you were doing you did chemo and radiation for how long?
Well, I did 3 cisplatin chemotherapy treatments, which is a 7-hour process, which pretty much kills your immune system. So, like, for example, if I heard anything, if I saw anything, or if somebody, like, tapped or anything, it was the worst pain. You can't conceptualize the pain.
Oh, my God.
And then I did 35 radiation treatments, which I had cancer in my throat because I wasn't expressing myself because my throat chakra was blocked.
It's blocking.
So I had 35 radiation treatments, which took away my ability to speak, taste food, then eat food, drink water. I had a feeding tube in my stomach for 7 months. That's how
So
I
you
got.
couldn't eat, couldn't drink for 7 months.
Right, couldn't eat or drink for 7 months. I lost about 50 pounds, and I was pretty much ready to die.
And in fact, did they tell you?
Yeah. Well, I was diagnosed in 2015 June. That's when I did the radiation and chemotherapy treatments. I was in remission for about 6 months, and then cancer came right back. And at that point, my doctor said, the cancer's in your bloodstream, kind of be prepared to, say your goodbyes. And that was tough. And at that point, I sought alternative treatment, and it worked. It's alternative treatment in the form of medical marijuana. What it basically did, it removed the inhibitors, the MAOI inhibitor on my stomach. They gave me access to my pineal gland. Once that happened, I had some amazing visions, and I got some memories that were suppressed in my mind that I had no idea were there. So, people, I wanted to go to Tibet to meditate.
Yeah.
Because that's where the biggest energy field is on the planet. But this medicine took me to a place that people that have been meditating for 50 years can't get to. So I feel like the divine touched me and told me, like, hey, this is what you need to do to heal, or you die.
Yeah.
And telling my truth was literally the hardest thing I've ever done. It caused a lot of people pain because I hurt a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I apologize for that, but ultimately I was healed, and now I'm spending the rest of my life, telling people my story, and hopefully preventing people, from having to go through what I did. So
And knowing that there's a way to get there
right,
without doing the chemo that kills all.
chemo kills your good cells and your bad cells, and it
Yeah.
also prevents the good cells from regenerating.
Uh-huh.
So the more chemo you do, the less prepared your immune system is to fight
Right,
the cancer
yeah.
that's going to come back.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how people eventually die from those treatments. And they're archaic and they're old. And what's so funny is the treatment that saved me is even older. Indigenous cultures have been doing this forever.
Yeah.
But our government, is profiting off of these treatments.